Everybody from the Conscious Resistance. My name is Hannah. I'm a yoga instructor from Houston, Texas. I come on the Conscious Resistance to make videos and to talk about things related to health, wellness, yoga, things in the overall theme of the Conscious Resistance website. But one theme that has been calling my name and has been calling me in that direction for a very long time has been surviving, or I guess in longer terms, not being a victim to your childhood trauma or to things that we went through in our adolescence or things that we haven't healed from. And one big thing that keeps catching my attention when I talk about this subject or when I think on this subject is I think about a lot of my friends who are not living to their highest potential. And I see it a lot in adults and in youth, in people, you know, who are graduated from high school, kind of in college or working or not really knowing what they want to do with their life and feeling very uninspired. And I feel like a lot of that, or not even, you don't even have to be uninspired. You can just really have no drive or no motivation to reach your highest potential. And I genuinely, deeply do think that stems from things that happened to us in our past. It stems with the thought pattern that we have and the excuses that we make. And not only the excuses, but just some people don't think that they can achieve the goals. You know, some people don't think that if they think big that it can happen. You know, some people think that there is a thing of thinking too big, and there's never a thing of imagining something and not being able to work hard enough, because I believe if you can think it, you can manifest it in physical form or somehow bring it into your world around you. But in my instance, I grew up seeing a lot of domestic abuse. I saw a lot of cheating. I saw a lot of alcoholism. I saw a lot of heavy things as a child. I was also involved in things, and there were things told to me that I should have known as a child. There was just a lot of heaviness put on me. Just to sum it up, it was just a lot of unnecessary heaviness. I was the oldest out of my three sisters. So also growing up with a father who was extremely angry, and we were always walking on eggshells. You grow up with a survival instinct, and everybody's had a different childhood. I, should be grateful compared to what some people had, because I know I didn't have it as bad as some people have had it. And then I know there's people who, maybe they've had a picture perfect family and their issues are completely different, and maybe even a little bit worse because they're not brought up to the surface, but they're very, very, they're buried underneath a lot of different things. But just growing up the way I grew up, I remember growing up in survival. I grew up always trying to make somebody happy, not ever wanting to make anybody angry or sad or disappointed or any kind of negative emotion, because I always wanted to keep the peace. I didn't want things to be thrown. I wanted all the yelling to stop. I just wanted peace in my home. So I did everything in my power to try to do that. Growing up, I definitely saw that insecurity and that people pleaser mentality manifest, and it manifested in very unhealthy ways for me. I saw it in my relationships with, guys that I would date. I saw it with my friends. I saw it in my work, because I was not taking care of myself. I was doing everything else. I was doing the things I didn't want to do, and I would tell myself, oh, just do it, just do it. But I was really just dying inside, because I believed I had to do what I had to do, until one day something clicked and I was just like, fuck all of this. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to have people stop telling me what I want to do. But some people don't come to that point where they can think for themselves. Some people, might have a lot of sadness or might have gone through abuse sexually, and that manifests in your adult life very much so. So there's a lot of things that I think when we're triggered by something, or when something is brought to our attention in a way that we want to react emotionally, and it might be detrimental, it might not be the best thing to do, we need to kind of take a minute to stop, to breathe, and realize, where is this emotion and this response coming from? Because that was the first step for me to start to heal from these childhood traumas, from all the things I saw. And I don't want to be a victim to anything I went through. I see all of those things as blessings, and they empowered me to be who I am today. Because when you go through a lot of hardship, you appreciate the good. And my life right now is amazing compared to what it used to be. It's not perfect, but I'm like super grateful for what I have. So I think if you see those things as blessing and growing experiences, then you can evolve and you can create a higher, stronger way of thinking for yourself and not be so offended by, the small little things. So I think one of the best things we can do in order for us to strive higher and achieve our goals is genuinely to try to heal from what we went through, so we can continue to focus on the present and leave the past behind, because we can't keep visiting the past if we want to go forward. So I hope you guys like this little talk. I hope it helped. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching.